LA This Week.
I'm Anna Marcos. The YouthBuild Art Gallery teaches these LA students how to use art from the Hispanic culture and their own lives. That's coming up.
The filmmakers behind the hit animated film Coco are honored by LA City Councilman Gilbert Cedillo. I'm Gil Reyes with more on why the councilman is extremely touched by this film on Coco Day in the city of Los Angeles.
I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, how putting together pieces of art is also helping put together people's lives.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Do you know how civic government works? Well, not many of us do, but local leaders want to change that with a new program that seeks to create change through participation. City and community leaders joined together for the culmination of Civic University 2.0, an intensive advanced training program to help community leaders up their game.
Today's event was an opportunity for neighborhood council members and youth from all over the city of Los Angeles to come together and to exercise skills from Civic U 2.0.
Political strategy, how well you develop one or use one.
With training provided by Cal State LA and the Pat Brown Institute for Public Affairs, participants shared their visions on how to solve some of the city's most challenging issues.
We heard some great presentations, some great pitches, real opportunities for people to collaborate, to learn, to present, and for us to give feedback.
In this proposal, we have prioritized site lighting, toilet and bathing facilities, adequate personal storage.
It's an opportunity for neighborhood leaders, neighborhood residents to learn about how City Hall works and how to make City Hall work for them.
Civic University is all about engagement, about finding a way to not only get involved, but to make a difference.
But when I saw these presenters, and particularly the young ones, many of them from high school still, boy, do I feel that we've got a great future.
The Civic University program was developed in partnership with Mayor Eric Garcetti. The city honored the Oscar-winning film Coco with a musical ceremony in which the star of the film performed to a packed house. Gil Reyes reports on the film's impact on LA's immigrant communities.
Remember me, though I have to travel far, remember me.
That is 13-year-old actor and LA's own Anthony Gonzalez. He is the voice of Miguel, the guitar-playing hero in 2017's animated film Coco. Cast and crew of the Disney Pixar blockbuster were honored during Coco Day at City Hall.
Although Pixar is based in Emeryville up in the Bay Area, we all consider Los Angeles our second home and could not be more honored by this recognition. Thank you so much.
This grand celebration, both inside and outside of City Hall, coincides with the film's release on both digital and Blu-ray.
We weren't trying to make a political statement by making this film. We were just trying to make a love letter to Mexico and the beautiful people of Mexico and the Latino community.
Director Lee Unkrich and producer Darla Anderson talk about their movie centering on the Dia de los Muertos holiday. But the film also shines light on traditional Mexican values like sacrifice, family ties, and respect for elders.
It's important that we have a true understanding of who they are, the role they play in our society.
Mexican-American Councilman Gilbert Cedillo, the host of Coco Day, is offended by President Trump's past characterizations of people south of the border as criminals.
To exploit the fears of others, it's unfortunate. So when a movie like Coco comes out, it's just amazing to see something so authentic.
One scene depicts a barrier separating the lands of the living and the dead, and the need to cross over in order to reunite with loved ones. But filmmakers say this was not intended to be a metaphor for the U.S.-Mexico border or the plight of undocumented immigrants.
It's funny how art sometimes connects in a way, in a timely way, but it certainly wasn't our intention. We were just trying to make a movie that represented that holiday.
Sequel? That's my last question. Is there going to be one? There are no plans for a sequel.
There are no plans, yeah.
But you never know what might happen in the future.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Remember me.
Reporting from Coco Day at LA City Hall, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Congratulations to the filmmakers. They won 2 Oscars this year, Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song. Well, city leaders and Hollywood executives team up to help give people in underserved communities a new opportunity to chase their dreams in Hollywood. Rasha Goel has more.
Ever wanted to work in the entertainment industry but didn't know where to start? A new fund launched by Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti and other entertainment leaders is helping to make it easier. Among those supporting the Evolve Entertainment Fund is Dan Lin, known for It and the Lego Movie. He knows firsthand what it's like to start in the entertainment industry.
I've experienced firsthand how difficult the industry is and how hard it is for writers, directors, and other artists to get films and TV shows made. It's even harder for someone to get started in this industry. I realize that there are a lot of people out there that aren't as fortunate as I am. It takes the generosity of others to lend a hand and get you through the door.
The news was unveiled at Rideback Ranch, Lin's office in Filipino Town. The initiative will provide career pathways to film, television, and music for women, people of color, and low-income Angelenos through paid internships, mentoring, and an ongoing series of workshops and panels.
You know, there's a nepotism that's been happening for generations in Hollywood. A lot of people aren't trained that have jobs around this town because they know somebody, because their daddy, because they went to the school, and we need to give our kids that connective tissue.
It's no longer a discussion, but time to take action.
But representation matters. And if we don't do this, this is a problem that is going to keep coming and being with us. And most importantly, think of the stories we will never hear. Think of the people we will never see and the voices we will never hear as well. It matters on the screen, and it matters behind the scenes as well.
Evolve Entertainment Fund is already helping 150 students through the city's Hire LA's youth program with paid internships. That number is expected to grow to 250 by the end of 2018. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The fund plans to raise $5 million by 2020 to award grants to various entertainment industry organizations. The President of the United States may have decided to pull out of the Paris agreements, but here on the local level, city officials are full steam ahead, moving towards a sustainable planet. Rasha Goel has more.
A new partnership between the city and Occidental College hopes to meet LA's sustainable development goals, which include ending poverty, protecting the planet, and broadening prosperity. A global conversation that begins at a local level.
One, focus on key industries that are here and that are growing and that we need to attract here. Two, invest in infrastructure, public transportation and road infrastructure, the airport, the port, the LA River. Invest in infrastructure. But third is make sure everybody's coming along with you.
In 2015, 193 members of the United Nations adopted the Sustainable Development Goals. Basically, there are a total of 17 goals that call on the public, private, nonprofit sectors to address these changes. Occidental College will now help in collecting data and tracking the progress towards these goals.
The front line of getting services to ordinary people, water, housing, transportation, education, health, happens at the level of communities and cities.
169 targets, 241 indicators across 17 main goals, including end poverty and hunger, ensure gender equality, expand access to education, make our communities more resilient, combat climate change, promote clean water and responsible land use.
Los Angeles has been established as one of the 8 local data hubs for sharing information related to sustainable development goals.
It's about prosperity, it's about planet, it's about peace and partnerships.
I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Occidental College's faculty and students have already begun working on mapping the city's efforts around sustainable development goals. While cops, rocket scientists, and digital nerds were all on the menu as the city's El Pueblo Historical Monument held a panel to empower young career women. Anna Marcos has more on the Women Trailblazers panel.
They are the pioneers leading the charge in blazing new paths for women in the future. The guest speakers at this Women Trailblazers panel aim to empower young girls to follow non-traditional careers. NASA rocket scientist, sure, if stargazing sends you into the stratosphere.
Exploring space is something hard, and many times I was told that I was not going to make it or that that was something I shouldn't be thinking of. But of course I proved them wrong. So for young women, is find what makes you tick and go for it.
Or maybe battling flames sparks your interest.
It's also an opportunity for me to share my story to empower young women and girls to understand that they can be firefighters as well.
Our own information technology agency is also represented in case there's cyberspace fans out there who just geek out on all that digital stuff.
I'm excited today to just share some points about what I've done during my career, and hopefully it'll inspire someone to take a leap to do something new and different.
Judging by the looks on these faces, there might just be a few new changes in careers taking place as more career women venture off the 9-to-5 beaten path. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Metro celebrates a quarter century of getting people around by bus, bike, and rail. As Gil Reyes reports, the agency looks forward to another 25 years with cutting-edge ideas launching as early as this year.
During Metro's 25th anniversary celebration, Metro board members prepare for the future, dropping items in a time capsule to be opened 25 years from now. LA Mayor Eric Garcetti contributes a stuffed Snapchat ghost.
25 years from now, we'll see you later, ghost.
Will Snapchat and social media even be relevant in 2043? Metro board members aren't sure, but they are sure Metro will be.
I believe in 25 years, we will surpass New York in terms of how many people we move.
Since its formation in 1993, Metro has built 82 additional miles of rail, opened 22 new bus rapid transit lines, and passed 2 transportation sales tax measures to fund decades of public transit improvements. Now, despite today's celebration, despite the many milestones Metro has achieved over the past 25 years, we still have to acknowledge an elephant in the room. And that is the fact that Metro ridership is down significantly over the past few years. A 15% drop in ridership since 2013. Bus ridership has taken the biggest hit. Possible reasons include more car ownership, cheaper gas for those cars, and rideshare apps like Uber. The mayor says one solution is to invest more in the Metro passenger experience.
You know, whether it's kids playing at a bus stop with something besides just sitting there and having a game that they can play on a wall, better art, getting, good coverage on the Red Line now. You can use your phones while you're underground. Those things will drive people to come back to public transportation.
LA's tech-savvy mayor has something else in mind that's already happening in San Francisco called Chariot.
This year we will pilot something between a bus and a car. It'll be kind of a shared, almost like an Uber bus that people can get into. It'll make a few different stops, but it'll come on demand essentially in your neighborhood.
Investing in the future of LA public transit. I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
A big concern for the mayor are reports of sexual harassment on buses and trains. He wants to boost the number of law enforcement officers at transit stations so passengers feel safer about boarding. Well, it's an art program that's helping to piece together lives and rebuild dreams. Rasha Goel has more on the transformation power of mosaic art.
There's a catharsis that happens when I pour my life out into these pieces of glass and broken dishes.
John McDowell smiles as he creates his latest art piece. After a long hospital stay and falling into depression, it's these mosaics that have helped him explore a hidden talent and give him a new meaning to life.
I found piece by piece, and I've found peace, and I've been able to, recover quite a bit from not only the depression, but to, basically find my, real me again.
John's part of Piece by Piece, a Skid Row Housing Trust subsidiary which provides low-income and formerly homeless people free mosaic art workshops using recycled materials. Classes are mostly held at downtown Los Angeles' Star Apartments and are taught by professional artists. It's a creation that can also be described as therapeutic.
We found out that just by sitting and becoming engaged in an activity, keeping their hands busy, their mind busy with creativity, and working together, as a team and as a community, provided a lot of healing aspects. It's just a feel-good activity.
The Piece by Piece program was created in 2007, and not only has it given individuals the opportunity to create art, but it also gives them the chance to sell their creations and be part of a bigger movement.
The certificate program of Piece by Piece has 4 levels. Level 1 of the certificate program, we sell the artist artwork on consignment, so that's some of the work that we have back here. For level 2 of the program, we hire our participants that have gone through the program, and we hire them to create some of the small commission work that we have, so some of the work that we have here as well. And for level 3, we have our public art. The artists work on commissions, larger commissions that companies and organizations have hired Piece by Piece to create. And level 4 is our professional development, where we help the artists write their artist statement, their resume, and have a small exhibit at our gallery at Mercado La Paloma.
Piece by Piece work can be seen throughout the city, such as on this building at the corner of 8th and Union. Most recently, there was a mosaic installation at Silver Star Apartments. And for many of the creators, it's a newfound freedom.
What I enjoy about the program is that it's open to everyone and allows me to create my own designs.
An example of fragments turning into something so beautifully connected. In Los Angeles, I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Piece by Piece work has also been on display at places like the Los Angeles County Arboretum and Botanical Garden in Arcadia and Universal Studios. For more information on the program, go to piecebypiece.org. Well, it's a program that aims to encourage students to both love and create art. We're talking about the Pacific Standard Time LALA project, whose theme this year is Hispanic art. The program has sprouted many art events around the city, and Marcos takes us to one of those events. Anna.
Yana, so what is this artwork about, you might ask? It's called YouthBuild Art Gallery, and it's teaching these students how to create art from their own lives.
23-hour lockdown, now I'm a victim to the chain gang.
Some of the artwork and the stories are not easy to get out. But the creativity is flying here as students from the YouthBuild Charter Academy share their art in whatever form it comes.
I feel like there's a lot to say in art. A lot to say that really you can't really explain. Art helps you express all those feelings.
The peace sign is crying because there's no peace, and that represents the people that don't have peace, even the innocent or even not the innocent.
I'm actually a mariachi singer, so it was important to also put a little piece of me into, what is Los Angeles to me. The painting, it has different flowers in the top of the drawing because to me that represents the difference of every person in the city of Los Angeles. Just the beauty that you see of different diversity.
Part of my passion is to help young people find ways of letting out their emotions through art. A lot of our young folks have gone through different difficult events throughout their life.
The event is put on thanks to a grant from the LA Promise Fund. Art exhibited here will be entered in an art contest, and that is part of a bigger project by the Getty Museum called Pacific Standard Time LALA, which gets students interested in art. This year's theme, Hispanic Art and Artists.
In Los Angeles, the majority of our students identify as Latino. So by bringing in this art that is culturally representative of their own backgrounds, it was really important to showcase students.
The focus of our species is to evolve, expansion.
Evolving, expansion, and art are all good. And at the end of this contest, there will also be a little monetary reward. The grand prize to the person who best expresses themselves, $5,000. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The deadline to enter that contest was March 1st. LACMA's Urban Light exhibit has attracted lovers, filmmakers, and kids of all ages to its amorous glow. And now that glow is energy efficient. Gil Reyes reports on this money-saving milestone in the Miracle Mile.
What?
The LA County Museum of Art celebrates 10 years of its popular Urban Light exhibit by replacing every bulb with LEDs. The late artist Chris Burden created the masterpiece, Wife Nancy Rubens says he would have been proud of its lasting appeal.
To know that the community and the world embraced this work and saw it and loved it like he did.
Couples have exchanged vows here. Movies have been filmed here too. And now all 309 urban light bulbs are energy efficient, thanks to a donation from the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. LACMA says switching to LEDs will save the museum a whopping 90% in energy costs. LACMA director Michael Govan remembers its origin.
The only problem was we brought Chris down here to see, well, where would we put the lamps? And I said, you know, the choices are we could make them along the walkway or put them over there, or we could put them right in front of the museum. What do you think? He was like, let's put them right in front of the museum. Right?
Since its opening, more than 34,000 photos have been snapped and shared on Instagram. LA Mayor Eric Garcetti has taken a few.
It literally is a piece of art you can permeate, that you can walk through, that you can experience, that you can make a part of your own history, that you can join.
And you can visit anytime. Check out these 1920s and 30s street lamps of various designs and from different Southern California cities at LACMA's entrance. In the Miracle Mile, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
An astronomical timer turns on all 202 lamps at dusk and turns them off at dawn. In 10 years, the timer hasn't missed a single day. While the mayor puts LA on the road to resiliency, the Crenshaw community welcomes a new space for entrepreneurs, and hikers once again hit a popular trail in Studio City. All these stories in Citybeat. LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, in partnership with 100 Resilient Cities, released LA's first citywide resilience strategy to help the city plan for future opportunities and challenges. Garcetti also signed a historic executive directive that commits city departments to take the lead in making Los Angeles stronger and safer. The mayor's resilience strategy features 96 immediate actions that give residents the tools to plan and prepare for inevitable shocks and stresses, from earthquakes and flooding to homelessness and climate change.
It is a living document for good times and bad times. A report that looks at every issue from every perspective, something you don't have to just turn to when the bad things go down, but you should be reading in between, because there's actions to take every single day, whether we're facing down a crisis or not.
Vector 90, in partnership with City Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson, opened its new co-working community and incubator in Crenshaw at South Gramercy Place. Officials say Vector 90 is a place that helps entrepreneurs jumpstart their business by bringing access to customers, creativity, and technology all in one space.
Vector 90 is a place where you can come to get your idea off the ground. You have some space and you have a community. And our hope is that you build your business and you locate that business somewhere nearby. So you can continue to help other people who want to do the same thing that you did in the future.
We're focused on outreach to local startups and entrepreneurs, groups that have historically been underrepresented in traditional co-working communities and incubator spaces.
Community members joined Councilman Paul Krikorian for a community hike recently to celebrate the reopening of Willacre Park. The park and popular hiking trail was closed for 4 months to upgrade and improve the park's facilities and accessibility.
It's a way for us to get to know each other, to learn about whatever's going on in the community, and just community events are always a good way to find out who your neighbors are and learn.
The community is excited to begin using it again, hiking here, and also to see the great improvements that have been made.
Showing seniors that they're appreciated and helping them connect with the city was all part of a grand luncheon that got everyone on their feet. It's Rudy's 102nd birthday, and it's been extra special.
Something new to me. It's all right, I accept.
For Rudy and hundreds of other older adults across the 7th District, Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez's senior ball was almost like a high school prom, but for seniors of a different variety.
I don't think we say how much we love
our seniors enough, and so this was a really unique way to kind of bring people together.
The event was held at Sylmar's landmark banquet hall and not only featured a delicious catered lunch, but a DJ and a dance floor where seniors showed off their moves. Even the councilwoman and her husband couldn't resist hoofing it, but they had stiff competition.
Many of these folks we've brought in from various parts of the district, from Sunland to Hanga to Sylmar and Pacoima, so it's a really great diverse group.
Even city departments were there to show the love and show seniors how to connect with their services. And as for Rudy, he had a date for his special day, his bride of just 4 years.
Yeah, we make a pretty good couple.
Councilwoman Rodriguez hopes to make this event an annual tradition. Well, puppets come to life at a local park, see all of your favorite stars in person, and check out a new exhibit dedicated to women athletes. All this in this week's Things to Do. If you or your kids love puppets, don't miss your chance to see them up close and personal during Puppets in the Park. There'll be plenty of puppets performing, followed by puppet crafts for kids of all ages. The event is put on in part by the Arroyo Arts Collective, which seeks to promote arts in Northeast LA. So come on out and have some fun with the entire family. Puppets in the Park takes place Sunday, March 18th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. at Tierra de la Culebra Park, located at 240 South Avenue 57. The 35th annual Paley Television Festival in Los Angeles returns. This is your chance to see some of your favorite stars in person and watch your favorite shows on the big screen along with other ultimate fans, followed by a moderated Q&A with members of the cast and creative team. The festival will be held at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. This year's lineup includes panel discussions with the cast and creators of Stranger Things, Will and Grace, The Good Doctor, and more. The festival runs March 16th through the 25th at the Dolby Theater. El Pueblo Historical Monument presents Women in Sports, an art exhibition featuring female athletes in honor of National Women's History Month. It's all part of El Pueblo's From Her exhibit, celebrating women athletes that have gone above and beyond in the sports world. The exhibit runs until March 25th at the Vizcayuz Gallery, located at 125 Paseo de la Plaza. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kane from all of us here at LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.